Like a hair and a biscuit. How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man.
Good. You know something? You're looking good.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah. No homo intended.
Hmm, none taken.
I hear you, bro. I love you.
Love you too, man. What's going on with you?
Just another lovely day in paradise.
Yeah.
Trying to deal with trying to get the wife back home and dealing
Uh,
with the damn airlines and changing flights and oh my god, I was on the she tried to get she was supposed to be coming home this Wednesday and she texted me tonight and told me that uh there was some kind of was it um strike going on with the transportation over there, and it was supposed to last for a week and it would be over I think Wednesday.
it's the Philippines.
Yeah, and she's been gone since like December 3rd. And so she called me and wanted me to get up with the airlines or the people that she had booked through to try to change it. And she said she couldn't get up with them. I said okay. So I called, bro. I called like 7 or 8 different numbers, and every time I called, it was like I got a recording saying the number you have reached is non-working. Please check the number again and try again or whatever. I was
Hmm.
like, what the fuck? So I, I got up with her again and she texted me a number. So I got up with I called it and got up with the um, people that, she booked with and finally got somebody and told them about, the strike going on and, she they needed to call her because she couldn't call them. And so the representative called her and put us on a three-way call. And we spent like over an hour trying to get her a flight back. Um, so
What was
yeah,
the hang up?
she couldn't get any transportation from where she was at to the airport because of the strike that's
Yeah, I
going
was just
on.
looking at that online. They calling it the 2023 transport strike in the Philippines.
Yeah,
I'll double
and
check their story for you, bro.
yeah, I hear you, brother. Thank you, bro. But yeah, I mean, it's like, she tried getting up with them and she couldn't, and she said, "Please get up with them." So I tried like 6 or 7 damn numbers and couldn't get up with them, and then I texted her back and I said, "I can't get up with them." And so she texted me a number, and I finally called it and got up with them and told them, I was like, told them the the situation, and she, and so they contacted her, put us on three-way call, and she was, as we was talking, trying to get another flight, she was breaking up, and then it was like the guy was like, "I'm sending you a confirmation number. Is your email, blah blah blah? Yes, it is. Okay, well, I'm going to send you a confirmation number. I need you to read it and give me that number back." And she was breaking up, and he's
Oh
like,
man.
"No, it's not. You're missing something. Blah blah blah." It was over a fucking hour, Caleb. An hour. And I was getting so fucking frustrated. But the guy that we dealt with, he was so patient and yeah, you know, it was he was awesome. But god damn, over a fucking hour? And I
Yeah.
was like, honey, the last time we went through this was like whenever you was stuck over there for like 6 months because of the COVID, and she's like, yeah, I know. I was like, it's our it's like our luck. You know,
Yeah.
if we didn't have no bad luck, we'd have no luck at all.
Yeah.
And so finally, we got it changed from Wednesday till a week from this coming Monday, and so hopefully she'll be back here by then. God damn, Caleb, it's fucking unreal, dude. Oh
Yeah.
shit.
I hear you. I hate when I get stuck in the Philippines.
Oh God Almighty. You know, it's like my son was gone for 6 months. Being him gone for 6 months, after if he had been gone over 6 months, then they would have looked at it. The federal government would have looked at it and said, "Okay, he's been gone for 26 weeks. We're gonna consider him not coming back."
What?
Yeah,
They
you
could
know,
do that? Oh, I
yeah,
guess the status.
yeah. His green card status, because they the way the federal government looks at it is like, okay, he left like on my birthday, the 26th of July. So if you know if he'd went over 26 weeks, they would considered him, okay, well, you're not coming back.
That's 2 years, though. No, not two
Well,
years. I mean,
six,
26
half a year.
about 4.
Yeah, half a year. Because there's
Yeah,
what?
okay, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was at with that. My
All
bad.
right. You good?
I was
You know,
thinking months.
yeah. But yeah, they would have considered, him gone half a year. He's not coming back. So they would have took away his status as a permanent resident.
Damn.
So he came back within a week of his status.
Whoa.
That's like, bro, you're pushing it. You're really pushing it. But he came back, and she's been gone since like the 3rd of December, which was,
Damn.
yeah. So she's been gone what, like 3 months maybe.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So then whenever she got her flight, all this shit transpired with the strike and everything. I'm like, what the fuck? I said, because
If that happens, if there's
yeah, because she was saying like, I can't get up with the travel agency and the booking whatever the hell it's called, and there's no transportation because something about the president and something going on over there. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And she said, look it up online. She says, you'll see it. I was like, okay. So I look it up, and it said something about the strike going on with the buses and the taxi cabs and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? I
yeah,
said,
it's got a bus in the picture.
yeah. And I said, is the flights canceled? And she said, no. She said, but I can't get there. I'm like, oh, what the shit can go on more?
Huh.
And so she says, I've tried calling the agency, but I can't get through to them. Try and call. I was like, all right. So
Well, like, I didn't think they would have unions over there. I wonder. I guess I look at the Philippines as like close to third world.
well, yeah, in a way, you know. But she was like, I was like, honey, I can't. You're the one that made the deal. I mean, even though you're my wife, I can't. I can't go in there and say, unless I have some kind of information, your itinerary number or whatever. And she gave me her itinerary number, and so I said, well, I'll try to call them. So I tried like 6 different numbers, and each time it says, well, your number cannot be completed as dial, blah blah blah. Please check your number again. I was like, I can't get up with him. So she said, I'll send you another number. So
Yeah.
she sent it to me.
And
I
then you start
called it.
on the phone.
Yeah,
That one. Fuck.
yeah. So I finally got up with him, and then I didn't know that he would do a three-way call, which he did, thank God. And but it from the time we made connection and we dropped her and she came back on, she was broken up, she came back on. It was over an hour. I was on the phone with him for over an hour trying to get the shit straightened out.
Well, is she's coming back Wednesday, you said?
Wednesday. Yep.
Hmm.
She's supposed to be in Raleigh Durham RDU at 6:10 Wednesday afternoon, a week from
How's
this coming Wednesday.
how if you don't mind me asking, how's
Right.
she able to just take off for months at a time?
From her work.
Yeah.
Well, she put in. I mean,
Oh,
she's
leave.
yeah, she's private. She's basically an independent.
Ah,
Um,
contract worker. I got you.
right. So she put in for time leave, and her employer said, "Okay, that's fine." Well, she was supposed to be coming back like the middle of or first part of February, and then things happened because she got sick. She had that cough, um, and she had to get checked out over there. So that pushed it back. Then she had to go in the hospital for a while. So then after that was over with, the doctor that she was seeing was wanting to do tests on her to make sure that her lungs was clear and everything. Um, so that took time, and I've been in contact with her employer, letting them know what's been going on.
How
And
they how does how's she able to see a doctor so much and she still got like some type of insurance or something, or that was coming out of pocket?
it was coming out of pocket, bro.
Damn.
But yeah, it's cheaper over there than it is here
Yeah.
to our monetary system. Um,
That's so crazy.
yeah. So she was checked out, and everything, and I think with her being in the hospital and getting the tests and lab work and whatever the hell it was, um, I think total it was like maybe less than $1,000.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah, much cheaper. Because over
but
here, you fucking get a ride by the ambulance. It's gonna be $3 grand.
exactly. So after she got the clean bill of quote health, I mean she still got the cough, but she's on
No,
the
no,
she's
she
on
don't.
the she's on the what the hell is it called in nebulizer,
Yeah.
like a breathing thing,
Mm-hmm.
and she does it once every 2 days or something like that. And she's not had a cigarette like in since like November.
Damn. Well, that's
So
good.
yeah, so whenever she comes, I'm gonna have to change. but yeah, I mean, it's just and whenever she gets back, I've I've got I've got to file more paperwork with the federal government to extend their permanent resident card, the green card. So that's
What?
going to be $2,400 right there off the damn bat.
How much is it to just make them permanent?
Um, well, Eric has been talking about it. He's been trying to convince his mom. What's up, Brandon?
What's up, buddy?
How you doing, brother?
Not bad. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, bro. Hanging out like a hair in a biscuit.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, that's the only way you can be. But yeah, Caleb. I mean, Eric's been talking about it. But I don't want to say I'm going or we are going to milk the system, but
It's more convenient to
it's
not.
more convenient because he can go to college with a grant because
Oh,
he's a
shit, yes.
yeah,
Oh,
you know. So
I get it now.
I
Okay.
mean, yeah. So I
And the
mean,
only thing you got to do is not go back to the Philippines for more than 6 months. That I got you.
yep. So I mean, I look at it like this: I'm not out to cheat the federal government at
Hey,
all means,
bro, you better
but
treat it where you can. They gonna milk you.
they're gonna milk me. So why should I mean, if they can get all these benefits and I'm paying for it out my ass. I paid for them to get here, and
Yeah,
whatever. Why can't I milk the system?
you pay
Yeah.
into your taxes.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So and eventually, and I think if I'm not badly mistaken, Caleb, I think that they can hold dual citizenship
Yep.
if I'm not badly mistaken.
yeah,
So I mean, I'm gonna milk the fucking system as much as I can because look at what they're getting from us.
yeah. Hey, you got the big green weenie, bro. You already know. You
Exactly,
know.
bro. Exactly.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm gonna try to get everything we can, that I feel like we're entitled to. And once he goes through college, and once you know she can get back and whatever, hell, I mean,
but
extending their green cards for another 10 years is going to be like for initial consultant with an attorney, it's going to be like $2,400.
yeah,
But
that's
still,
another thing that's so expensive and ridiculous.
exactly, and dealing with and getting him here, bro, it was a fucking headache. It was
Yeah,
a
I remember you
fucking
telling me about
nightmare, dude.
that.
God damn. Whew. If I had to do it again, I wouldn't do it, bro. I mean, dealing with two damn governments and having to have all your I's and T's dotted and crossed, and
Yeah,
oh shit.
you
I
cross your
would,
eyes.
yeah.
You cross your
It's
eyes.
like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish that on shit on nobody because
Damn.
it's changed so damn much, bro. But I mean, what could I do? I couldn't just leave them there.
Yeah, no
Good
shit.
boy.
That's why I was thinking when you said if you had to do it again, you probably wouldn't. But no, you would.
I would. Yeah,
You
you're right,
you'd
bro.
be more
I would.
savvy at it this time.
Exactly.
Damn. So, well, that's a good. I was thinking about getting me a Ukrainian mail order bride. I'm glad you told me all that. I ain't gonna do it now.
Yeah. I
All
mean,
right, lady, gotta stay in that war zone.
yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I mean, the people that I've known over the years in chat, they say, "Oh, you just got a mail order bride." No, the fuck, I didn't. You know, I met her. We got together. We had a child. I took the responsibility.
Yeah.
I didn't back up. I
Oh, my
didn't.
bad. I wasn't insinuating
Yeah, I
anything
understand,
like
Caleb.
that.
But I mean, them saying I got a mail order bride, fuck that shit. You know, I mean,
I'm sure even the most uh,
Where you
uh,
going?
mail order bride type situation that there is, like even those people meet each other and develop a relationship. I don't think
exactly.
they just show up on your doorstep in a box and be like, "Hey, get to the dishes."
Yeah,
Well, I mean
I
that
mean,
would be cool if they showed up
Maybe,
in a box.
maybe,
yeah,
Like
you know,
like one of them one of them blow up dolls you order.
yeah. As
Except
soon
for
as you
she
open
actually
the
does
box,
something.
she just inflates like a fucking life raft.
yeah, but I
What
had
is
to
it?
sign.
What's that movie? Babes in Toyland, where the toys turn into fucking something.
What?
That'd be yeah. You never seen that movie?
Nuh-uh.
Babes in Toyland? Man, you need to watch it because the toy soldiers turn that like they're
That's
not actual
uh,
people, and then
what is
they actually turn into to act people.
it? Damn.
Bro, you wouldn't believe all the shit I had to go through to get them here. And I had to even sign a paper with the federal government saying once I got them here, I couldn't, sign up for any kind of assistance. It
What?
was, yeah, I had to give them my bank account, how much I had in it, how much my credit was worth. I wouldn't be able to sign up for public assistance like
Your VA
welfare.
stuff?
I
Oh,
couldn't sign up for shit like that. It was
Really? They
all
couldn't let you get your
no,
VA pension or nothing?
nope, nope. They wouldn't
Damn.
let me do it.
Well, yeah,
You know?
that Ukrainian bitch is gonna have to stay over there.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I had to have photographs, I had to have letters and communications, documentations, that we had a
Prove that y'all
legitimate,
were in a relationship.
yeah, and everything had to be spot on. I mean, if God damn, Bo, it was rough.
Man,
And
speaking of Ukraine, we got into a discussion the other night in chat. It was between like me and Whip, and I don't know the other guys. I can't exactly remember who they were. They were Dutch, and one of them was English.
right,
But they were talking about Ukraine and how like NATO needs to put boots on the ground in Ukraine. Then we need to do it. We need to go to war. This, that, and the other. And I'm like, I mean, if it ends up ending in a nuclear winter, I say let's not. And
right,
like,
well,
no,
my thing is this: as history has proven itself over and over again, you cannot corner the Russians. If you corner the Russians, they're gonna fight till every man and woman and child is fucking
bro,
dead.
they
no
don't
shit.
care,
And
Brandon.
My point
they're not
was
gonna fuck around.
my point in the defense of not going to war was like, wait, okay, two of y'all are Dutch, one of y'all are English. Have any of y'all even been to war? When's the last time your country has been to war? It's not going to be y'all or y'all country or your tax dollars doing this. NATO is pretty much fucking America, bro.
Yeah,
Like
it's funded by America. That's
exactly.
why that's
It's
why
gonna be
Trump pulled out a lot of that shit. It's because
it's
we
gonna
were
be my
funding
homeboy.
everybody.
It's gonna be my homeboys going to war over that shit. I vote no on war every
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Absolutely.
and I'm with you 100%. Because that's exactly what it's going to be. It's going to be us at war. I mean, we already have mercenaries there.
We need
We
to focus on more.
already have mercenaries. You
You
know,
know, something, Caleb, I found out over the years, versus me being young to where I'm at now. And God forbid, I'm not doubting anything that I have ever chosen to do back in my younger days. You know what I'm saying? I
Mhm.
mean, it was back then, it was like excitement. It was like,
Yeah,
oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna be a hero. I'm not
exactly.
a hero.
We're not
You're not
heroes. We ain't fighting hero wars no more. There
exactly.
might be a more legitimate reason to go to war than say fucking Saddam didn't use the petrodollar anymore. Fuck that dude. We gonna get him and the oil.
Right.
Whatever. But it's
It,
I don't know, man.
it's
I'm
it's
torn.
it's it's like this, Caleb. Like I said, back when we was young, um, we was looking for excitement. We was looking to make a basic name for ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
A
For the
purpose.
yeah.
Yeah.
And when we got there, me
You're part
being
of the
a different
problem.
exactly, me being a different gender than you are, that you was, it was like, okay, well, I'm here. I'm ready to go. We're young. But
Where's the terrorists?
exactly.
Show me the terrorists. I'll fucking take them out, bro.
So, but
Well, then they start blowing smoke up your ass. You
yeah,
do this mission and this mission, and this leads to killing fucking innocent people. All right.
exactly. And the thing about it is, whenever I got older, I started looking back and I'm like, what the fuck did we
Yeah,
Yeah.
do?
what we're gonna do when we get to, let's say, get to the pearly white gates, and they pull up that chart, and we're like, well, look, this all happened because you made a decision. We're not gonna
Yeah,
be able to say, but 9/11, but terrorists. Like,
right.
no, man, that's all on
And
us.
and the thing about it is, it was all for resources. And
Yeah,
I'm not saying
Yeah.
nothing against what I've done, but I didn't agree with everything. Just like you, Caleb. You
Well,
know,
you signed that dotted line, and the big green dick threw it down and told you what to do, and that's what
exactly,
it was. That's all it is.
exactly,
I was
You
a
know,
exactly,
baby,
you're
bro.
fighting. You're fighting another man's war. You're not fighting a
Exactly.
country's war. You're fighting
exactly.
another man's war.
And
So
That's
people
and
all
say
it is.
thank you for fighting for our freedom. Man, I didn't fight for your
That
freedom.
no,
yeah, that
exactly,
wasn't for our freedom. Because to me, our freedom would be somebody actually attacking us.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
were
they come
going
on
to somebody
our
else's
form.
homeland and
Oh
taking
God,
over their homeland to take their fucking resources. That's all we were doing. It
And,
was
exactly.
just
and you know,
And
it
not
was
there,
like
just their,
Rome
not
back
just
in the day.
their resources, bro. What they were taking is their resources and our tax dollars because they had all
Uh-huh.
these military contracts that they just started throwing money at.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
war equals money.
Exactly.
You
Now,
know,
now this is what scares me. They realize that natural disaster also equals money.
yep,
Yep.
So
exactly.
then we got this fucking satellite, and I know it don't fit in the flat Earth model, but there's fucking
I
and
hear you,
this
brother.
satellite can there's a giant microwave beam where up there it may be this big around the beam that comes out, but by the time it hits the surface of the planet, it could be as big as a fucking house or a city block. I don't know the math, but all you got to do, a storm is going to follow the temperature of water. Wherever the warmer water is, that hurricane's going to follow. So all you got to do is warm that water up a fraction of a degree, and you can manipulate this storm. And if people don't think that that's possible, then
They've
you just
never worked in a
It
fucking
is.
plant before.
man, you're
Because
stupid.
okay, so what they do in the plant when you're working in Louisiana, because they have so many plants together, they can break up a storm or bring a storm in, depending on how they roll the flares in the plant because of the heat that they
Yes,
put off.
Right,
If they
right.
want to if they want to keep a project going, or if they want to just cut down on money they're spending on a project, they just let the storm roll through. If they want to cut, or if they want to actually get the project over, they'll roll flares from 3 different plants to cut that storm in half
holy
and have
shit.
it go around. Serious shit, I've watched it happen.
Right.
They'll communicate between each other and start rolling flares and get it so hot to where it break the storm up, and the
The,
storm will literally go around that area, and you can watch it form back around it
Holy
on the
shit.
other side.
brother,
Yes,
let,
yes.
I believe that. Yeah, Brandon, I really believe that. Um, it's like have y'all heard tell of harp?
That's what
Yeah,
exactly what
yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah,
That's
about.
what
that's
that's
all
what
it
he's talking
is.
about. That's what
And
harp is.
Yeah, and
It's
then
okay.
and the thing about it
Come
is,
on, Bubby.
they're saying now
Hey,
that
buddy.
harp is not anymore, but I don't believe that
why would
shit.
They're lying.
They're
They're
lying.
totally lying.
well, this is the thing. They don't when they shut down a satellite, even if it's in degrade, they have it calculated where it's gonna fucking fall. If it's gonna
Hmm.
fall to Earth, then they got to go up there and retrieve it. But if it's not in degrade, they're not gonna spend the billions of dollars that it would cost to go up there, get it, disassemble it, bring it back down, or however they would do it. It's still up there. Why
Well,
would they, you know?
Caleb, I got to say one thing, and you probably agree with me. Whenever we went to an engagement, okay, my generation and your generation, all right, we transported all this equipment over there,
And we just
and
fucking
we fucking left it,
every bit
Yeah.
of it, generators,
every
fucking
bit of it.
everything but like guns and sensitive information, you know?
Yeah, I mean tanks,
Dude.
whatever the fuck you want to
Oh
call
yeah,
it.
Helicopters,
and was
tanks,
And
worse.
they
missiles.
say, oh, it's cheaper to leave it there and bring it back. How the fuck do you think? Where is your mind coming from?
But
Uh-huh.
Okay,
that's true. It is.
it costs you this X amount of money to send it over there, and you're gonna leave it?
Well, they look at it as disposable. When they
Collateral
pay that out for that
collateral
piece of
equipment.
equipment, they pay for that piece of equipment and the shipping it over there and the maintenance while it's over there. That's it, the expenditure. then they just write it up, chalk it up on the book.
It's a
I mean,
fucking
I
law.
get that. It is less expensive, but because
Still,
then you got to bring it over here. You got to fucking find a place for it. Then that
I kn-
place costs. I get all that, but
I knew a guy that was in the Air Force 20 years ago, and
die.
no, I hear you, bro. You know, but he was telling me that he knew a guy in supply, okay, and they had too much of a certain part of the equipment for their, you know,
Yeah, because supply
list.
got to be right on the
Right.
nose.
It's got to be
Mhm.
on the dot. So
So they have
he
to get
said,
rid of it.
yeah, he
How'd
said
they
that
do it?
he said that they went to the end of a runway and dug a deep motherfucking hole
No.
and pushed all this equipment in and buried the motherfucker.
What
I'm
is
like,
you've seen
what
shit
the
like that in
hell?
France,
Yeah.
right? When they bought a bunch of
Oh, so the last big project I was on, they had a big contract with DeWalt. So after they were done with the project, they were throwing all that shit away.
throwing
And
it away.
some of it was brand fucking new shit, but it's a big tax write off at the end of the day. That's
Exactly.
all it is. It's a
Why?
huge tax write off.
What is their excuse for not being able to just give it to the people who worked on that job?
It's insurance purposes. So if they get hurt off the job site and
Uh,
they have that equipment
I
and they
got you.
get hurt with it, they can get sued.
The liability.
I
Yeah,
knew
it's a big liability.
I knew a
Damn.
guy. I knew a guy one time that worked. It was a pharmaceutical company here in town.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Pharma, big pharma,
Don't
and
tell me
it's
they dropped a bunch of fucking pain pills in a hole.
no. I hear you, bro. You know, it's funded. I mean, this subsidiary or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I can't pronounce it.
Subsidiary?
Yeah,
Subsidiary.
it's Pfizer. All right, and what this company does is makes like eye drops, you know, for glaucoma and like if they do surgery on the eye, you know, like
Yeah, I
replacing
got you.
lenses and stuff. Um, they they what they done was they contracted through a local company to have them come in, and basically what they done was, okay, I'm going to contract you to come in and I want you to bury, you know, a line from point A to point B. Okay. Simple. All right. Um, and the contract was supposed to be for 6 months with this certain individual that's over that company, the local company that we have here. And he said, I found out something. He said, you don't do it the way they want you to do it or the way you think that it's supposed to be done. Okay. So if basically what he was saying was we want to go from point A to point B. All right. But what what is the shortest line between 2 points?
Straight.
Straight.
Exactly. No, you don't do that. And he found out why. All right. He said they wanted me to dig a line, say from point A to point B, which is a straight line, is the shortest point.
You're killing me, Q. What'd they do?
All right. He said that he found out what they really wanted. All right. You had to go from point A to get to point B. You had to go, say, 50 foot. Then you had to go north 50 foot. Then you had to go back south 50 foot. Then you had to go east 50 foot.
But for what?
So they could, what it all boiled down to was it costed them more so they could spend more because they was getting a government grant
Yeah.
to
So
spend that allotment of money that they was allowed
basically,
to.
What you're
So
saying is the old saying: you go around your ass
you
to
go
get the
around your ass to
asshole
get to your asshole.
instead
All
of
right.
fucking going through your gooch.
Exactly. So basically, they was allowed say $1 million to do this
Hey,
project.
so what that boils down to is every time there's more government involved, something gets fucked up. Something
Yeah,
Exactly.
there,
More or
somebody
less.
come up.
More or less.
like we say in the construction industry, chaos is just creating money. That's all it
Exactly.
is. That's
So
why every job site you go to is fucking chaotic. They don't know what they want to do. Then you got to do all this ridiculous shit in order to obtain the end goal.
the
That's all
well,
it is.
yeah, Brandon. I mean, you're right. So basically, when I'm like, whenever I found out from this guy, is like, okay, you going from point A to point B, and the shortest line is a straight line. You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he said it don't work that way. Okay, so Pfizer is allowed so much grant money
Right.
to
Gotta
perform
cost
this.
that much.
Exactly. All
Yeah.
right. So instead of going from point A to point B, they had to go through point, say
Yeah.
50 foot this way, 50 foot that way, 50 foot this way, 50 foot, X amount of times to
And
go
the
into the
contractor
black.
doesn't give a damn because
They're
he's getting
getting
more
paid.
money for it too.
He's
Yeah.
getting paid. All right. So if they come up with a negative, if Pfizer comes up with a negative, then they get more grant money next year because it showed up as black. If you follow,
Uh-huh.
okay. So basically, what it boiled down to was he found out how they wanted it done, so they could get more grant money next year
Right.
because they went into black. Okay, and so
I
he
was
got
talking to EQ, not EQ, my little cousin Ethan, his girlfriend's in insurance, and it was kind of same thing we were talking about. She does, God, I'm gonna fuck this up. She is on the customer side. When the insurance company goes, okay, we'll give them this much, she goes, she's a PA, a public adjuster. She
uh-huh,
goes in and she goes, well, this is wrong. They need more money for this. This is wrong. They need more money for this. Basically,
right,
it's a cool position to be in. She's not one of the shiesty people in insurance companies, but she's like, she's telling me basically like if there's a AC unit too close to a stucco wall and that stucco's got to be removed or whatever, she's just gonna write it up for what it would cost to unhook that AC unit, move it, demo the stucco wall, then put it back and hook it up, which ends up
right,
being a lot more money just because of liability. They're not gonna risk trying to take that stucco out without damaging the AC unit. Then they got to buy a whole new AC unit and shit,
right.
which in some cases they do. But it's crazy how big business and big organization just makes it way more chaotic. And the more people you got on something, the more
Exactly.
chaotic it gets.
I
Look how
know.
big the country's getting and how crazy everything
Right.
is.
And the thing about it also, Caleb, is like whenever this guy that was overseeing this project got pulled off to go to the coast down here to overlook another job, they brought that Pfizer had to bring another company in to replace him. All right. Well, he was wanting to do it the right way. He was wanting to
Oh,
go from point A to point B. And Pfizer says, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. So they requested that uh, uh,
the GC?
general contractors here in town contact the guy that was they had put in previously to come back and pulled him off that project to bring him back so they could get the contract with Pfizer
Because he would
because he
cooperate.
was following their agenda. And so they pulled him off that project, came back. He came back here to town and went back out to Pfizer and put him in charge. And they made more money.
I wonder
Okay.
if that's like
And
basically an unlawful order.
I have no clue. I mean, I
'Cause, I
really
mean, that's
don't know.
got to be against the law, fraud, or of some.
Yeah, you would think. And then I knew another
Imagine
private
being that GC where like you can make that money. It's a big project, probably set you up
exactly.
Mhm.
in the future for your career, but you got to look over your shoulder the rest of your life because if anybody finds out about that, I'm sure the statutes of limitations.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and
They're
I
on
and
them.
and I also knew a local electrical contractor that had gotten a contract out there at the same place Pfizer that made all this eye
Yeah,
stuff,
man, big pharma, bro. They the devil.
bro. Let me tell
They
you.
are the devil. They
But
That's
run the country.
yeah, he was like um he went out there one time and there was a light, one little light that was burned out on a piece of machinery, you know, warning light, whatever. I don't fucking know.
probably
But
something you
anyway,
don't even need anyway.
and this is like 15 years ago. 15 years ago. He said they brought him out there and he gave him an estimate on what it would cost to replace that light. And he was denied that estimate because there was another company that come in that knew the loopholes on how to do it. And I was like, how the fuck? I said, wasn't your price that you gave them cheaper than the other company? He said,
Uh,
yes. He said, the reason I was denied was simply because he said, I would come in and I'd say, okay, your light is burned out on this machine, your warning light. Only thing I got to do is unscrew the little, colored lens,
yeah.
pull the light, replace it with a bulb, and screw the lens back on. $50, you know. But they wanted another company to come in and say, okay, well, we got to figure this out. Why did your light burn out? Okay, you got this coming in, you got this going through this contactor, you got this going through blah 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 overhead, going through and then whenever you get through all that rigmarole, your light's burned out, and it's going to cost you $500.
So they engineered it basically.
Yeah,
An
basically,
engineer on a job site is the sometimes the worst thing you can see.
yeah.
Yep.
So basically, what it boils down to is, you know, if it's going to cost $100 to have something fixed, which is economical, versus $500 to have, going through all this rigmarole
Yeah,
to get to it, they want to spend more
yeah, because it's the right
because because they're going to get more next year whenever it comes grants from the government.
You ever heard that story, Brandon? I think the location of where this happened was Plaquemine Point. There was a shipyard me and Brandon both worked at. It's my distant family owns it, and my grandma and the rest of her sisters had no idea back then what kind of money the thing was making and shit. And the brothers just bought them out for
Mhm.
pennies on the dollars, kind of screwed them. But in turn, anytime one of the family members from the daughters needed a job, they would hire us on, give us a job, whatever. Well, supposedly there was a bunch of engineers out there working on a pipeline, and they needed to find the true bottom of this pipe. So they're all sitting there, standing around this pipe, calculating, doing this, that, and the other. And this welder walks up. He's like, "Hey, could I make a suggestion?" And they're like, "Sir, we're fucking engineers," basically. Like, just kind of blew him off. So they get back to figuring, and he finally got tired of watching it. He walks over with a little bit of coffee left in his cup, and he drops it on top of the pipe like that, upside down. The coffee ran around, and there was a droplet at the bottom. He goes, "That's your true bottom," and walks off. Like, that's crazy.
Oh, yep.
That's
Engineers just make shit complicated for no fucking reason.
the difference between an engineer and a working man.
Yep.
Practicality.
Yeah, what they say, an engineer has shit in his boots. A working man has shit outside of his boots. An engineer still can't figure out why he got shit in his boots.
Because he's too educated. That's the problem.
Oh yeah, working in construction, you see how much an engineer fucks up all the time because we have to correct it.
Yeah.
Or other people in the industry have to correct it. I worked at a plant. There was 4 platforms I had to build scaffold for them to access these platforms. They didn't put a stairway. They didn't put a ladder. And those scaffolds stood for 5 fucking years before they actually engineered stairs or fucking something to get to those platforms. 5 years after the project was over. Yeah.
Damn. They just didn't use them?
No, we had to build scaffold for them to access the fucking platforms in order to get to the tanks, to get to everything they needed, the piping, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And they got charged for 5 years for those fucking scaffolds being there.
How about what we getting charged right now to secure all the materials for the wall?
Yeah.
You heard about that? We're
No,
paying more in the security for the materials right now than what it would cost to just keep building it.
Oh my god.
I'll tell you something else I found out. I used to know
That's
a
on
guy.
purpose.
Yeah,
I
that's
used
the
to,
Democrats.
I used to know a
What?
guy. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We've got a concrete company. It used to be Ready Mix, but they were bought out. But anyway, I used to know a guy that, or actually a few people that used to work there, and one of them was one of the drivers of the mixers, and he was telling me that the state of North Carolina was doing some kind of road construction, and they had the contract to make the curbing, the concrete curbing. All right, he said that he was like the second in line with his truck at this site, and he had to sit there for X amount of minutes, maybe 15-20 minutes, waiting for the truck before him to unload and then to form the concrete curbing. And he said the whole time he was sitting there, say like it was 20 minutes, his drum on the truck was turning. It was constantly mixing. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So whenever that truck left and he moved up to take, to continue the process, he said that the foreman that was overseeing the job site came to him and said, "I'm refusing that load." And he's like, "Why?" Because it was sitting too long.
Yeah.
And he's like, "It's been moving, and he had some kind of gauge in there to tell the moisture in the drum. And he said, "I've watched my gauge." He said, "It's fine. I'm refusing it. It's been sitting too long. You need to take it back to the lot." So he said he had no other choice but to take that whole truckload of concrete that had been moving the whole time, and him looking at the sensor on his screen.
I don't know concrete enough though to say that that's not a thing.
Well, it is a thing. It is a thing because that's why they time a truck to come in at certain times because the consistency all depends on the job that's going on. The concrete has to be so wet. And everything. So it's all on the engineer and all that other shit. So if the engineer feels like the concrete's been sitting there too long, or they give them a time limit on how long the truck is supposed to be there, and they go past that time, they have to refuse it. Well, if it pours and it's not right, and then it's on the contractor.
Yeah. They got a fix for that now. I just recently did a slab, and it was a small slab, so we're not gonna call out a fucking cement truck to where you got to pay for a minimum of 4 yards of concrete when all we needed was like a yard, maybe a little bit over a yard. Well, they got a fix for that. They got this company called Battle Concrete or something like that out here. They have these trucks that mix the concrete on the site. It comes with the concrete, 2 conveyor belts. One's got like the lime and the cement.
So it's got the different ingredients.
Exactly.
Lime,
Keeps it
Portland
separate.
cement, and rock.
And water, all on the same truck. I'll pull up a picture of what it looked like. It was cool as shit. Watching the dude mix it and stuff like that. And I was wheelbarrowing it from the front of the house to the back. And I'd go up there, he'd fill me up, go back there. I probably did that 10 times maybe. Good to go. And it was much cheaper than buying the bags. Even if we would have had a concrete mixer, it was much cheaper than buying bags, and definitely cheaper than renting a concrete mixer and picking up all them bags and doing all I had to do was run the wheelbarrow back and forth. It was it's a pretty cool remedy to anything smaller.
Yeah,
when you're not pouring a fucking airport runway, you know.
Yeah, and also, you know, I mean, I took brick masonry in high school. You know, I haven't laid it in a long time, in like 30 some years, but I never forgotten how to do it. Once you learn something, you don't ever forget.
Yeah, if you learn it out of necessity. Yeah,
exactly. So, I mean, I knew these people that work at Ready Mix, and they would have, at the time, like, if they was go to pour a job site and come back with maybe a quarter of a load or whatever, you know, they would have to dump it. I mean, it had already been paid for.
And a lot of times they'll try to dump it near the site so that they don't have to pay the diesel to haul it back.
Exactly. So
that's why you pay for a minimum of like 4 yards.
Yeah. You know, and I think at the time, a yard of concrete was like maybe 80 some bucks, you know, and that was a lot back in, you know, whatever days.
In the 1920s.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you know, I was like, okay, well, let me know whenever you have an extra load and come to my driveway, and you know, I'll fix it. You know, just drop it with me. Oh shit,
that thing's fancy,
dude. It's cool as shit watching it. It's like a little factory on wheels making concrete.
Oh yeah.
The driver is a new company, so I'm giving. That driver didn't know shit. He basically was just had a CDL, and they taught him how to use the truck like that morning. The stickers were still fresh.
Hey, man, you got a CDL? We're gonna need you to drive this truck.
Bro, I'm not hating on him because the dude was like, you know, fuck it, he got the job and stuff, so good for you. But that just blew my mind that they just gonna hire a driver and fucking throw him at the wheel, and he was kind of guessing. That first wheelbarrow I took back there was like gumbo, bro. It was so soupy.
Oh,
but I wasn't a general contractor on that. Say that up front. I gave him a bid on me doing it, but they went with another one, and I attached to the crew. I was telling him, I was like, hey, you know, I could have done all this, but you wouldn't have had to pay the labor of 5 guys doing it. It may have taken me 2-3 days longer, but you wouldn't have to pay the labor. You could have probably named your price, and I would have you put the bid in, and I would have matched as long as it's gonna cover me and not leave me short, you know. But no, they got raped.
But it's a shame the way the country is, you know, how wasteful it is. I mean, $500 a fucking hammer for the United States government. Are you for real?
Where you saw
stilettos? They must have been buying stilettos and Martinez's for $500 per fucking hammer.
Must have been,
bro. That might be on.
It's a fucking titanium hammer, and it costs. Yeah.
Well,
I don't think the most expensive Vaughn out there is even $500. Let's see.
It's Well, it goes back to just like, Afghanistan, and all this. That was one of the most richest things of opium and lithium for the batteries for the electric cars.
They got a lot of.
Oh, guess that's why we in fucking Ukraine right now, because it's a huge fucking lithium deposit.
No way.
It's unfucking real. It's like oil, lithium, opium, and all this other shit. And like I was saying, I don't regret anything I ever done. I love the country, but still, people come up and say, "Well, thank you for your service and our freedom." I ain't protecting you from nothing. Ain't nobody attacked us except supposedly back at 9/11, which is questionable.
Which is a cover up. I'll go ahead and say it, since nobody else wants to say it out loud. There's too much fucking evidence for anybody to still think that Afghanis or whatever the storyline is. Nobody can even tell you. I've asked them, why did we go to war with Iraq? Oh, because of 9/11. No. That's supposedly why we went to war with Afghanistan. Why did we go to war with Iraq? The best answer I'll get is weapons of mass destruction. Well, that proved
found it.
Bullshit.
They never found it. And I wouldn't.
Saddam refused to use the petrodollar, and America was like, "Oh, okay, bitch."
Exactly, Caleb. Thank you. I mean, I'm not saying Saddam was the most holy of the people, but you know what I'm saying. He did bring in a lot of stuff.
Dude,
and
they were saying, whenever I can't believe somebody's taking up for Saddam. And I was like, look, I'm not taking up for Saddam. What I'm saying is we went in there, we invaded. What Saddam was doing, like the whole gassing his people and all of that shit. You got two sects of people. You got Sunnis and Shiites. These are religious enemies. Like, they hate each other. And it's not like this half of the country is Sunni, this half of the country is Shiite. No, these motherfuckers live next door to each other, bro. Yeah. Soon as we took Saddam out, the motherfucker that had his thumb down on this problem, all fucking hell erupted. That's the Battle of Fallujah. Anybody who's heard of the Battle of Fallujah, that was a result of him being hung. Like, we did not know what was going on. We're looking at it from afar going, oh, he's gassing his own people. No, he's fucking, yes, it's fucked up, but these are religious fanatics, radicals. He's holding this country like it's trembling, ready to pop off. And he's fucking doing everything he can to stop him from doing that. I'm not taking up for Saddam. He was a dictator in every sense of the word, and a horrible one. But, bro, we don't have the right answers. We don't need to be world police going fixed. When
Amen.
People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones.
Exactly.
Let's fix our shit first. Then we can go play world police.
Yeah. And most of the people that came from, the supposedly 9/11 when they flew in the towers up there, a majority of them wasn't even from like Iraq or
not one of them.
They were from like Kuwait and Saudi Arabia.
And that's the guys from the storyline that they fed you. I have a completely different belief. And I'll fucking say I don't give a damn if this video gets pulled. Who the fuck would want the most dominant country in the world that's been running the world for the past 200 years, us? Who would want us to go just massacre the Middle East? Who would be glad that would happen? And we're allies with them. They're persecuted by the Middle East. They're actually surrounded by them. Mm-hmm. And they get shit. They have to have an Iron Dome defense system because rockets get shot into their little country all the time. They also have one of the sickest special forces that there is because they train right on side of ours.
Is that the Holy Land?
No, yeah, I'm not even going to say the word, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. I think they carried it out for us. Because it just you got to look at who benefited. Did Osama bin Laden benefit from 9/11? First of all, he never claimed it. He said, "Oh, I'm glad it happened to him, but no, it wasn't me." No, he spent the next fucking 10 years in a hole in the ground, hiding from the most deadly and the greatest country in the world.
And
why would he have done that? And then look at all the people on outside that benefited. Change. The guy who owned if you look at the insurance policy of the Twin Towers that was renewed like 3 months before they were hit, where he put in fine print, if these motherfuckers were to get hit by a plane, just saying, I can rebuild them however I want. Largest insurance payout known to mankind. It took like 4 of the largest insurance companies to pull together to get this insurance policy renewed. Yep. Then there's too much other evidence, bro. Too much. You would have to be fucking blind or purposefully blinding yourself. You know, no, it was us fighting terrorists.
I was just talking to somebody about this shit because the Twin Towers were designed for anything to hit them
multiple times.
Yes, and even Trump said it on national television that he took a tour of the fucking Twin Towers and they were not able to collapse like that.
Bro,
being hit by damn near anything.
It looked like a demolition.
The pictures, yes, pictures of the fucking ground zero where the beams are sliced at 45, just like a controlled demolition brings down a building. The free fall.
And then all the people on television being interviewed during the whole thing talking about fucking little explosions happening on the ground level.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
False flag.
Build 7 that was housing the indictment for Donald Rumsfeld. Oh, that one went down too. No damage. Nothing flew into it. No fire. No nothing.
And just look at. Go ahead. My bad.
I'm sorry.
No,
Brandon.
Look at the Pentagon. I mean, look at the Pentagon.
Everybody
inside of the fucking Pentagon, but when they flash back to the Pentagon, there was no fucking plane. How do you clean up a plane that quickly?
A plane.
And a plane doesn't just disintegrate, bro.
It's crazy.
Gosh, I mean, it was a way to draw us in.
Oh yes, dude. Who was not about killing terrorists after that? Who was not about murking the Middle East? Exactly. Not a motherfucker. It didn't matter what your politics were, what you believed. Nothing. You was about fucking going to war.
Oh yeah. Hey, it was so crazy. They had people throwing parties when we first bombed.
The shock and awe.
Going to there. Yes, the shock and all. Everybody's throwing parties. I was about to watch this show on national television.
Shock and awe. We dropped 4 megatons in the first phase in the shock and awe campaign than we did in the entire Vietnamese campaign.
Mm-hmm.
More bombs. We destroyed their infrastructure for the next 20 years. And then what happened? We just so happened to stay in that fucking country for 20 years. Still in that country, bro. We are still in that country.
I know they covered it up. They acted like we came out, but they didn't. Because I know people that were fucking redeployed. As soon as they were pulling out, they were sending troops to Texas. They were fucking sending troops to Texas to send them overseas. All they were doing is exchanging troops. That's all they were doing.
It's crazy.
We're not even out of there. We're not even fully out of there.
We've never left a country that we've gone into.
No, we always put a base.
Germany, Italy. Yeah, we just set up a fucking base and continue to stay there. Rotate soldiers out.
Occupy, baby. Occupy.
But, look, in our defense on that, China is doing much worse. I know it's like you point the finger, you got 4 more points at you, but like to be the most powerful country in the world, it takes some fucked up shit. It takes the CIA. It takes special forces. You know what I mean? It's not pretty work, especially when you got other countries that have nukes, that have militaries, it's dog eat dog. You kind of got to do. But these third world countries that we've been raping since World War II. World War II was the last legitimate threat we had. Everything else was like regime change and resource wars. That's why I'm torn on this Ukraine thing, because fucking Putin might be the next Hitler, bro. I know Trump was the next Hitler. We got it, bro. But Putin might actually be the next real threat, like the closest thing to what Hitler was, the threat of taking over or ending the world. I don't know what we should do there.
The thing is, though, okay, so Hitler was acting all upon himself. Hitler
was putting
it was like Pinky in the Brain. What are we gonna do today, fucking Pinky? Well, we're gonna take over the fucking world, baby. That's all Hitler was. Pinky in the fucking brain. All right. So Putin was put in this position.
Dude, Hitler was too. After World War I, we put war reparations on Germany. And they were so outrageous that that they weren't supposed to be able to buy themselves out of those war reparations until like the 80s, the 1980s. But some kind of way, they got bought out like that. Between the time of World War I and World War II, I don't know the exact number, but that's pretty fucking small. What happened is American companies, American moguls, Coca-Cola, Ford, all of that, they look at Germany, they go, well, they got all of these factories. They got all of this stuff because they realized World War I with technology and guns that were just getting better. Technological advances meant money. The war meant money. Everything about it meant money. The medical advances, all of that. So they bought Germany out of their war reparations. And then once that was all taken care of, they're like, all we need now is a crazy motherfucker to put in charge. Boom. Funded his campaign. I'm talking all kind of crazy shit, dude. Started using tactics in Gorman, I think it was. Hitler's guy, Gorman. He was the savvy marketing side of it, like they make movies and stuff like that. They just forced this country to start hating this sect of people and
all the propaganda
just for money. It's crazy. The concentration camps, you don't shave heads to reduce lice and tattoo serial numbers on people if you're trying to extinguish them. You just extinguish them. These were it was slave labor. And the neutral countries, which ones were neutral? Sweden?
Yeah, Sweden, France, Italy. France was a neutral country at one point.
France, they walked into France and they were like, we're sorry. Like, you can have it. But Sweden was getting paid off all of that. The concentration camps were all over Europe. It was insane. Guess who was behind it? The same family that was behind slavery, same family that was behind the JFK assassination, same family that was behind 9/11. I'm not going to say it. If one of y'all got the balls, go ahead. But it's crazy.
I was just thinking, Caleb, whenever you was talking, about, I don't know if you remember, Caleb, the night that me, you, and Sean.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and he was like, blah, 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 and blah, blah. And it's like things that we have seen. A person that's not been there don't know. They have no fucking clue of what's going on.
Yeah.
The smells, the sights.
And people will say, oh, you're buying into conspiracies. Bro, I have seen what my government will do firsthand. It's not a conspiracy at that point.
It's not a fucking
oh, that makes sense. That's exactly what they'll do.
Yeah. And if the thing about it, Caleb, is like, I don't I don't really like talking about it, but it. I mean that time when Sean was bringing it up, and it was like, well, they, you know, it's like, well, I can't see why they're being like that, and I mean
Dude, they took windows
the
off of gas chambers at pounds.
yeah,
So that the people that were putting them to sleep to pull that fucking lever didn't have to watch the animals die. Just
right,
that little bit of separation can disconnect you from the death that you're giving to these poor innocent animals. Hey, I'm not saying that that's not right. We have a ridiculous amount of stray animals that all from people that think they want a fucking pet, and then you realize that it's a 10-year fucking sentence.
And then those people turn around and have kids.
Yes, they have multiple fucking kids. And so just that window being taken away can disconnect you enough to murder fucking hundreds of animals a day. When you're sitting in the Pentagon or the Oval Office, and it's not only just that window of being far away from the war, but that check keeps coming in, and then the opportunity for bonuses, legal or not so legal, come in. What the fuck are you gonna do? You know, if the first person that says that they're not the kind of person that would even consider something like that, that's the same person that would be like, oh, back in World War II, I wouldn't have been down for exterminating the Jews and taking over the world and stuff like that. No, you'd have been right fucking there with them. You would have. Because, look, it's fact. The whole fucking country was. You know? You're telling me there's not one sane-minded, right-minded person in all of that group? It's like, it happened.
Well, Caleb, being where you was at, I know you've probably heard me talk about the woman that, I mean, like, it's like you don't ever know who your enemy is or isn't. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of times it's
and you don't know who's got a bomb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you know Crazy Frog EQ?
I've heard tell of him. Yes,
That's who 2 is.
Yeah, I don't know him, but I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he sound like a lot of the shit that he says comes off as fucking insane. But like reading between the lines on some of this shit, it some of it starts to make sense, you know? Like we sound insane with fucking harp and all of that, but you can't convince me otherwise. It's just too convenient. Follow the money.
Yeah.
You follow the money.
I don't think that is follow the money.
Sense. And then when you realize what people do for the money, everything starts to make sense. Yeah. I can't be told otherwise. It's too hard to
not look at
sensibly.
Yeah.
To not look at it sensibly. No, that don't make sense. Yeah. Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they do that? Is really the question. You know, because if I was an evil motherfucker, or if I was disconnected, I would do it.
Yep. I mean, yeah, I agree, Caleb. But yeah, that one night, whenever
we don't have to get into it, EQ.
Yeah, you know where I'm coming from, right?
I know, man. That's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, I understand, bro.
But Ukraine's got lithium. I did not know that.
And we have biological chemical fucking labs there that they're trying to cover up. We do.
Why? Why do we have fucking biological chemical labs all over the world? That's so dumb.
Because it's technically illegal for us to have them here in the United States.
Ain't that some bullshit?
Oh man! You know what that reminds me of?
if we have them here on American soil, that's basically creating biological chemical
Yeah,
warfare.
we're guilty. We of the Geneva
And
Convention.
that's the Geneva Convention. So if we have them spread out throughout the world and we just dipping and dabbing in it, we're technically not in it.
We got loopholes like that with everything. These
Yep.
mercenaries, Blackwater, Triple Canopy, all of that shit. But they're not
Mhm.
Blackwater anymore. They didn't change their
No,
name.
yeah, I forgot what their name is now, but they
Well,
changed their name.
that's because where our military can't do something based on our Geneva
They
Convention, they bring in
mercenary
Blackwater.
can.
Bring in contractors.
Well,
They're
yeah, it's a mercenary contractor. They can do whatever the fuck they want as long as the higher bidder pays out, baby.
Yep. And
It's
and,
insane.
and you know Blackwater is out of North Carolina.
No
Yeah,
shit.
Yep.
yeah.
They're out toward the Outer Banks. They're based out toward the Outer Banks. Yep.
Bro, you know, I was looking at contracts for them when I first got back from Iraq.
I remember that.
I couldn't find one contract. My entire time in country, I may have accumulated about 50 grand. For Blackwater or Triple Canopy, there
Oh
was
God
I was
Almighty!
in country 8 months, and I was deployed for a year, including pre-mob and
And then you get hazard pay, war. You know.
yeah. That's what
Whatever.
all would have paid.
Yep.
I only got
All
about
of
50 grand.
Yep.
But for Blackwater, 6 months, there wasn't a contract under 100,000.
No.
They were like 130, 150, stuff like that. To drive a fucking water truck in a base, spraying water to keep the dust down. $100,000 for 6 months.
Ain't that some fucked up shit, Caleb?
That's fucking insane, bro.
Damn right it is. It's a slap in the damn face.
Our military can't get that. And then our military comes home and has trouble getting benefits and shit from the VA. Except for when Trump was in office. He starts unlocking all that shit. So
Because he was about America.
bro, I'm telling you, that's the one thing that irks my nerves about these damn Trump haters. I don't fucking absolutely love the guy, but I can say he's the only president in my life that did something that directly affected my life in a positive way. You know,
he got darn remembered. You know
what he did specifically, and I'll put this on record. He allowed he wrote some type of bill that unlocked something for us. Now, instead of waiting in line at the VA,
you can actually go to the hospital.
Hundreds of soldiers to see one doctor. I can go to a private doctor and they'll bill the VA. So people are getting medical services much faster, much more efficient because the fucking government doctors don't give a shit. They don't care. They're tired of their shit, you know?
Well, VA hospitals are in mainly bigger cities. So you got all these little small towns and cities and shit. You got the veterans in. They can't get transportation there.
That's it.
So what the fuck are they going to do?
When you do go to like, I don't go to the Houston one. I drive all the way to Beaumont if I go. Because Beaumont's a little bit small. Bro, it is chaos over there. I don't even like going downtown, really. That's too much city for me anyway, you know? I've always lived on the outskirts of major cities. Outskirts of Baton Rouge, outskirts of Houston, you know? That's the way to go. I'm 45 minutes from downtown. I can access anything I want in Houston, but I can walk out my back door, take a piss, and unload my fucking pistol if I want. That's the way. And I got a head start if anything hits the fan.
Yep.
Probably not gonna make it out. I'm still in the shit. This is still the greater metropolitan area of Houston, but I'd rather this chance. But he did that. And a few other things for the VA. And then when you ask, so I've given legitimate reasons why he's at least not a horrible fucking president. Give me at least one legitimate reason why he's a piece of shit. Politically related. They fucking can't. It drives me insane. Like, we're not even talking about
the way he used to talk on Twitter, and you're like, just shut the fuck up and sit down.
No doubt. Dude.
It ain't about what the fuck he said. It's what he did as a fucking president.
look at who he replaced, though. That's the kind of guy that you want the look of your president. Obama was that, bro. He was smooth as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
But look at the shit he was doing behind closed doors, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. As our first black president, I won't fucking attack him. I was happy about that too. Yeah, change, cool. But selling fucking, what was it? Uranium One, where he sold uranium to him and Hillary. Sold uranium to Iran. Probably not the smartest thing to do, you know?
No.
Like
they paid cash money to the fucking terrorists. Dropped fucking, was it pallets of money off to fucking terrorists.
And I don't know if Trump didn't do some shit like that. Maybe.
I doubt that, because how tight he is when he fucking with his money. Son, you know what I'm saying? That motherfucker was, you can hear him on the mic squeaking when he was walking around. He's so tight.
This is not a Trump rally. This is like can we just make some sense? Really?
His whole 4 years was a Trump rally. What the fuck are you talking about?
Dude, it was if it wasn't a Trump rally, it was a hate. Just
yeah, no.
KK rally. All focused on.
Oh my God.
The emotion of that whole 4 years was just getting the better of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, he's running again.
Oh, I know he's running again.
Kicked up again, bro.
The only thing that's going to ruin is if DeSantis runs. But the best thing they could do.
I don't care as long as there's not a fucking Democrat in office.
Well,
really.
My thing is what they should do is they should team up, right? Trump should get elected first and have DeSantis as his fucking vice president, right? Yeah. And then let DeSantis run the next year.
DeSantis is actually doing pretty decent shit in Florida, though. So
he's doing some badass shit in Florida, dude.
Fucking Biden is not in office, bro. I don't give a fuck who it could be. Britney Spears. I don't.
Well, I don't know about Britney Spears. She's a little off now.
No,
that medication and shit they were feeding her, bro. She's fucking fucked up for life now.
Dude, she got
a tick. That girl got a tick and shit, man.
Oh, well, yeah, that's probably just from being a Disney kid.
Well, there's probably all the lithium and shit they were giving her.
Yeah.
What was that?
I wonder if that's what they're doing to Biden, just pumping him full of meth and lithium. Just make him a live zombie.
So he's basically Hitler right now. Hopped up on methamphetamine and fucking lithium, baby.
Yeah, but yeah.
Don't know which way to go.
Hitler was on benzos and fucking barbiturates and speed, because the axis of evil was Japan, Italy, and Germany. Well, the Japanese discovered the recipe for amphetamines and was giving it to their fucking kamikaze pilots and shit. Well, they shared that recipe with Germany. Hitler got his hands on it. It drove him fucking insane. After he had the wheel, of this entire country, a badass. Well,
that's how he made it to Russia so quick. He was feeding his whole army methamphetamine.
The Blitzkrieg, they were fucking key leaders. The reason the Blitzkrieg was so successful is because they were fucking, bro. They were right. You put in tanks. Yeah.
That's all we'd have to do in America to defend it. Turn a bunch of crackheads loose. Fucking let them rip, baby.
I don't think they're not doing it in America. I heard stories of Ativan, which is it's related to amphetamines. It's probably not the same thing. It's probably like a sister chemical or something like that. Mm-hmm. Now they use it for appetite suppressant. What does speed do?
Same thing.
They tested Ativan on helicopter pilots while I was over there. And he said the worst, the downside was you had to give him a day of no flight after. Well, yeah, no fucking shit. He's coming down off of drugs. But pilots were signing up for it. Shit, while I was over there, I was like, bro, we'll try it.
Right.
They didn't hear me. But
I'll sit up on watch all motherfucking night for the next 3 days. Give me some of that shit.
I
I
hear
was
you,
looking
Brandon.
for the
I'll
opposite.
never leave my post.
I was looking for something to calm the nerves. When we spent a lot of time on the road, bro, and anytime you leave that wire, the road is the most dangerous fucking place.
Well, yeah,
Especially
because you're worried about getting fucking blown up.
Oh,
exactly. And they were showing us pictures in a class before we went over of the types of IEDs in the area that we were going to. And I remember Bacata was like, "So what you're saying is, if they want to blow us up, they're gonna fucking blow us up."
Shut.
Of course, Ricardo would say that shit.
Yeah, bro. And then Top was getting on us about like not being able to do the headspace and timing on a 50 cal. Bacata spoke up again. He's like, "Well, Top, I've been going to drill the past fucking 6 years, PMCS in the same Humvees. I hadn't even seen a 50 cal since basic training. What do you expect?" The voice of truth, that crazy motherfucker.
Throw you in the soup.
Oh my god! Well, it's like fucking Brad was an engineer, so Brad was an engineer in the fucking army. Well, he used to set up all the fucking bases, right? Well, they had one base they had to set up and wait for everybody to come in. Well, they had to run missions, and that's when he got fucking blown up by AD. And he said, luckily, that's when they started reissuing the fucking Humvees with the fucking the armor plates and shit. Because
Dude,
for a while, he said they had so many fucking Humvees with no armor.
Soldiers were tack welding plates onto the side of these trucks just to have something protecting them. It's insane. But I mean, if you think about it, we had it pretty fucking cush, bro. I was in a MRAP, a giant up armored fucking box truck, essentially. It was an international giant truck. I was 16 foot off the ground in a crow's nest. In full body armor. Granted, it was 130 degrees. I was wearing long pants, and fucking 80 pounds worth of gear. But I was protected. Those motherfuckers back in just Vietnam, just that close back.
Oh yeah,
they had flak jackets. If they decided to wear them, most of them was in like tank tops.
or not a shirt, no shirt at all. Dude, he's fucking running around.
God damn.
Yeah, but they were fucked up on heroin and shit too.
Yeah.
Once they discovered that they had heroin in there, they was smoking weed and fucking doing heroin, chasing the dragon, baby.
I don't fucking blame them, bro. It was so damn
fuck no.
And
fuck no.
And you know something also, Caleb, is like whenever you're in the military, you have your military family.
Yeah.
And yes, sir. And you have your brother and your sister. And
hey, wait. I ain't have no fucking sisters outside the wire. Let that clear.
I'm gonna be socially correct here. But yeah, you know, it's like you train as a unit. You know what I'm saying? And
you train as a unit, you die as a unit.
You die as a unit. You got my back, I got yours. But a lot of people don't realize that your military family is like different from your regular family. You know, even though you know you have your regular family back here, you know it's different from your military family. And it's like, okay, well, we all rely on each other. You know, I watch your back, you watch mine, and our life depends on it. But majority of the people don't see that.
It's like Forrest. Won't you lean up?
Going back to Bubba.
You lean up against me, lean up against you. That way we don't have to sleep in the mud.
That's right.
Yeah. Gotta find Bubba, bro. Forrest was a fool.
I love the movies.
I love when he tuned up old boy in the car for getting rough with Jenny.
Ship gumbo. You got
How do you
shanked on
feel that you
both.
got beat up by a retard?
Yeah.
Oh man, don't use the R word. For
God damn.
you watched the movie close enough. Forrest was like maybe Asperger's or one of them on the spectrum, but he was smart. He was smart as shit.
Nah,
Yeah.
I think Forrest was just homeschooled, dog. That's all. He got that
Man,
weird homeschool vibe.
He was Southern.
statistically,
He was damn
school
Southern. That
kids are smarter than public school or private school kids.
Uh-huh.
he's
But
Southern.
they're just weirder.
Yeah.
Just a little weird. Just a little weirder.
Unless you got
Uh,
parent teacher and they get to socialize and stuff. You
well,
can,
yeah.
God.
but like when Forrest said, "But Lieutenant Dan, you ain't got no legs."
What?
Genius, bro.
Damn.
You got new legs.
Yeah.
Titanium, like on the space shuttle.
My God.
I got a shot in the buttocks.
Yeah,
When he met
my
the president.
Yeah.
for
I
like
gotta
the
pee. Somebody show this man where the bathroom's at.
that's crazy how they used even back then. Have y'all heard of CG3?
CG3.
Chat CG3?
No.
Oh my god. So I first heard about it on Joe Rogan. Then I heard about it just through people around me. And then me and my little cousin Ethan were talking about it. So I'm like, I'm going to look this shit up.
CG3.
Pull it up, and there's an app for it.
CG.
It's an AI where it's like you get to talk to the AI. You have access to it in the app. Anything you need. You ask it a question. I'm talking full length question. And instead of like in Google where you can't ask a full length question, you have to phrase it just right and it has to be short. Then they just send you results. This is, I asked it a full length question, very complicated, and it answered me like a genius human would in a second, bro. In a split second. Jordan Peterson got on there, clinical psychologist that got famous for blowing the lid off of the fucking pronouns bullshit. He got on there and he was asking it something like, rewrite my book, because he's written a few books. Picks out one of his books, rewrite my book, but give it two more, because the book is called 12 Rules for Life. He's like, give it two more rules, but write the whole book in the style of Shakespeare, William Shakespeare.
What?
A split second. And he said, I read it. I would have given it an A+ if one of my students turned it in.
Damn.
In a second, bro.
Uh-uh.
And it just gets smarter and smarter every day because it's attached to the internet. It's feeding off of everything.
That's what Elon's worried about.
Mm.
I don't know.
Elon's totally worried about it getting so smart it's gonna fuck us.
Well, I can't remember what they call the singularity. I was trying to think of this last night when we were talking about it. So apparently, the singularity is what scientists and tech gurus worry about. The singularity is when AI is just pretty much a rolling stone. You're not gonna stop it. Like it's out of our hands. And some of them think that it's in the future. Some of them think we're right on the fucking brink of it. Some of them think it was back in the 90s when the internet was created. Like, it's inevitable. It's going to fucking happen. They're going to take over. And then there's nothing we can do about it after that. Still, like Skynet going online.
Oh,
So the only thing we're going to be able to do is fucking hit it with an EMP, which is going to fuck us all.
But it would fuck it too.
Well, I understand that. But it's going to, well, it won't fuck us. It'll fuck the younger generation because they totally rely on the internet.
Well, it ain't gonna fuck me because I'm gonna survive.
Well, I understand that.
Whoop.
I'm just saying.
Whoop.
The younger generation is gonna be fucked because they're gonna be in the middle watching YouTube or on fucking Facebook, and everything's gonna go black, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, what are we gonna do?"
Yeah, and I'm gonna be there. My little boy's withdrawals. And then as soon as that's done, I'm like, all right, bro, pull your shit together. Dad's got a lot of shit to teach you. We gotta fucking get on our ball. We behind already.
We got less than fucking 10 minutes.
That's it.
Yeah.
You better
Throw
take
this
this
book stack up,
information.
put them tuna fish packets. I'm grabbing the ammo. We gonna fucking roll, bro. Get in daddy's truck.
Don't forget the ramen. Don't forget the fucking ramen.
Everything we can. Everything we can grab. We going. Well, I mean, we're gonna stop and rob a few people on the way, so
There you go.
you ain't gotta grab that much. Y'all go ahead and keep stocking up on D-Day supplies. I'll be there when everything fucking hits the fan. All I'm stocking up on is ammo.
I'm trying to do that.
I mean,
Damn.
and I'm not even stocking up on that much ammo because eventually that's gonna run out, and then it's gonna be all about the primitive weapons, bro. Blunt force trauma, blades, whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
if it happens, I will survive better in that environment than I do in society. I don't fucking mesh in society.
I'm motherfucking coming out like Rambo no matter what.
Better
Period.
believe with the headband
Yep.
and explosive darts, arrows.
Yep. You fucking right. We doing
You know,
a damn thing. Because I can
I-
reuse that arrow multiple times.
As looking on YouTube a lot of these people, they will get you killed really quick. I'm not saying
What you mean?
like them, people saying, well, if you, and I know you've seen it too.
Oh, like
Joe.
instructional videos?
Well, yeah, it's like these people that will be, that want to have the all gadgets. I got to be top of the line. I got to have a laser sight. I got to have this. I got blah blah blah. These fuckers will get you killed quick.
Yeah, I mean, first,
And
something
it's
to start
like,
a fire with.
yeah,
Maybe something to have a tent, some food.
exactly.
And
And
a
they're
fucking good night, baby.
they're looking at the tech. They're not looking at survival. You know what I'm
And I
saying,
need a
Brandon?
pair of channel locks and a motherfucking and a crescent wrench, and I got
Exactly. You got it. You don't have to have this amount
it.
of gear.
No,
A laser sight on your gun and all this kind
no. I mean,
of flashy
I
shit.
got
You know what I'm saying?
fucking gas mask. I got a gas mask. I got a few little things that I'm gonna need, but I don't have a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, and also the thing about it is, I don't see too many people saying like, I'm not saying all these people are like that, but a majority of
yeah,
people.
you don't hear them talking
are like
about
that.
water purification,
Right?
or, you know.
And also it's like,
Oh, I got a life straw, baby.
yeah, but it's like, okay, they'll say like, in order to blend in with your surroundings, blah blah, you got to have this, you got to have that. No, in an urban warfare situation, in order to be inconspicuous, you have to blend in with your surroundings. All right,
If you're not already in battle, and
right.
then you got to know the difference between concealment and cover. That's
Exactly.
what you do, and how to shoot.
Okay.
I got a whole garbage can suit, so I'm just gonna wheel around
like Oscar.
Hell yeah! And the thing about it is, a lot of these people, they think, oh, well, it's gonna be flashy, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be glorious. No, the fuck it ain't. In order for you
a prime example of that is this this AR craze right now, bro. The 223 round is shit. I wouldn't have it. I don't want it. If I had a 223, I'd replace that upper receiver with a 7.62 and start sending chunks of metal out there.
Oh, that is the fucking best ammunition they ever came out with. The 7.62.
Besides 22, because I can carry a book sack of 22 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
When you run out, I still got half a book sack. I might be shooting pebbles over.
But you're going to be shooting something.
Yeah, but that pebble will fuck you up.
Take you out too.
Right. Yeah. Dude, that fucking pebble will fuck you up. You hit somebody in the right spot.
And also the thing about it is, I've heard a lot of people talk shit, pure crap about a 22. A 22 will fuck you up quick
Mhm.
because one, it's a low powered weapon. A lot of people say, "Well, I want a 45," which is not bad. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but it's a high powered weapon, and if somebody's jacked up on some shit,
Yeah,
they're not gonna feel shit.
yeah. Radical Muslim will eat two or
You
three
know,
fucking 223
ex-
rounds before they even realize.
exactly. So but a 22 is low powered. You don't hardly hear it. I mean, it's like a high powered air rifle. You know, but
That's
the
what
thing
I'm
about
looking
it,
at, bro.
but the thing about it is, a 22, if it hits you in the right spot, you're done.
Bro,
You're
Mhm.
done. You're
that
done.
air rifle that I had that I was sighting in, uh, I saw videos of guys online deer hunting, hog hunting with it.
Yeah,
Imagine how many pellets you can save up over time.
yeah,
Imagine how many you could buy just in one lick online.
yeah.
I'm gonna look for
Mhm.
them.
But the thing about it is, a lot of people I've seen online on YouTube or whatever, they will literally talk shit about 22. Don't underestimate a fucking 22. It will kill you. I mean, it's a low powered, it can hit and hit a bone and fracture into many different pieces and hit an artery or whatever or
And they say when
infection.
it enters
That's
the
what we
body,
mainly use to
it'll
kill a
bounce
fucking
around.
gator. That's
Yeah,
what we mainly use to kill a fucking gator.
because
Fuck
it's
yeah.
inexpensive.
A 22 will fucking
Uh-huh.
fuck you up
Yeah.
quick.
Bulk 177
You know?
pellets.
That's what we used to shoot fucking squirrels with and shit.
Yeah. But they say,
I
oh,
mean,
well, you know, people be like, well, 22 ain't nothing. Well,
the
fuck that
22
shit.
will kill a deer. It'll kill a
Damn
fucking.
right.
It'll
Bro,
kill all kinds of
accurate.
shit.
My
Yeah.
dad, at Christmas, there's a tree behind my parents' house that mistletoe grows in. And for Christmas, that cat will walk outside with that 22 that he's got dialed in,
And he'll hit it. Yeah.
shoot a piece of
No.
fucking mistletoe to break it out of the tree to fall, and then boom, they got mistletoe for decoration. Like,
Mhm.
catch that fucking stem. Now, granted, my pop's a fucking crack shot, but the fact that that round is that accurate, that small, and
Yep.
can, you know,
Yeah.
Mhm.
look at this. Look at this. 10 pounds of 177 pellets. That fucking air rifle, bro. You can kill food. You can kill people. If you need to
Yeah.
defend yourself, it'll do some damage. 10 pounds for
Yeah.
$60.
Yeah. It's
Find
it
me
don't-
any ammunition, any black powder ammunition that's that cheap. And then that thing,
Mhm.
all you gotta worry about is the seals going out for that
Mhm.
whatever reservoir holds the air pressure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Buy you
And
a few seal kits.
a
Learn how to
lot
read
of, a lot of people, they think, well, I got to have this, I got to have that, blah blah blah. No, only thing you got to do is have the simplest shit, and basically the most simplest shit will kill you. I mean, back in the 1800s, back in the western, in Texas and California or whatever, the biggest majority of fear was because of infection.
Mhm.
Yeah,
If you got shot in the gut back then and you didn't have any
Stink.
kind of antibiotics, you're gonna die.
yeah, you can die.
You're gonna die.
And if
And
shit hits the fan and we go back to a fucking like an apocalyptic type situation, you're not gonna just find Z packs and antibiotics hanging around.
no,
That's
you
gonna be
don't.
the first thing to get raided. I'm gonna have
No, exactly. But I mean, people can talk all kinds of shit they want to about 22 or anything less than that. But if it hits the right fucking spot, if it don't kill you, infection will.
bro. I if anything, I would just wait out. If you don't have guns, just wait for a few months. Ammunition will run out, and
Exactly.
then while you waiting them 3 months, be practicing with your fucking sword or your staff in the basement.
Yep.
That's what it's gonna come down to. Great.
I also know this. I think the best weapon is the mind.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Exactly. I hear Brandon. You know, I mean, really, the best weapon is the mind
Yeah.
because of what you can think of.
Booby traps, fucking outsmarting somebody, being 2 steps ahead of them. Fucking right.
I used
Exactly.
to. I'm already kind of pretty good at booby traps because I used to do that
And
shit as a kid when my parents would try to come in the fucking room and shit.
you
Hey,
know,
I told
They
you I
whip my ass.
Caden. Did I tell you I set up one for Caden?
What?
Oh, I mean Rome.
Rome set it up.
Rome did it. It was a tripwire going across right by the back
hmm
to the wall up, and then released a shitload of Nerf darts on top of his head when he came in.
That's good shit.
Had it set up for him. It was such a good design. I used it.
I knew a guy that once was in Vietnam, and he was saying like he was on like a special team like recon, and they would take like and take and dig a hole and take a smoke grenade with a light grenade and do something with the pin or something like that. The fuse were, you know, like the smoke grenade would have like a different primer than the real grenade, and they would take and dig a hole and put that in there with the grenade and change the primer and put a helmet on top of it and run a tripwire across and take the tripwire and camouflage it with the green so it would blend in. And if somebody, you know, like the Viet Cong would come along and see it, they wouldn't see the tripwire, but they would see the helmet and pick the helmet up, and it would be more or less instantaneous.
Yeah. Or they put a claymore under a helmet.
Yeah, pretty much like that, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or the fucking a Thai, what do they call it? A Taiwanese tiger trap, like in Swiss Family Robinson, where you dig a big pit, put a fucking tiger in it, and then cover that pit. That's just
or either dig a pit and trim bamboo down, you know, to a sharp point, and camouflage it, and you know, the point man come along and hit it or fall in, and they be impaled. You know, with
pull a fucking branch back with some sharpened bamboo on it, tie that to a tripwire. As soon as they cross it, whack,
boom. You know, god damn. Whew.
That's sick shit.
Damn right it is.
To protect my base house, I'll do it. You got no reason coming willingly subjecting yourself to that anyway.
Exactly. You know. But yeah, I mean, feel like that, you know, and the thing about it was is like more of our troops in Vietnam was killed. I mean, it was like we didn't have jungle warfare.
Yeah, there's a few shootouts, but a lot of it was the fucking
you know, yeah,
we were on their turf in their mountains. They've been there. They know the terrain and all of that.
Exactly. You know, so I mean, it's
But I'll do it.
Brandon, where did you go?
I'm outside. I can still hear y'all.
Okay, I see the picture with the.
You got your earbuds in?
Yeah, I got my earbuds in.
Hey, you sound close as hell. Yeah, you got your hotel room booby trap, bro?
No.
That's what you're in, huh? That's where you at?
No, I'm in an Airbnb.
I was hoping Tommy would come up. I texted him, but he don't show up.
He's slacking. Buddy, he was Navy.
Yeah.
Where you at again, bro?
I'm in Lebanon, Virginia, but I'm working in St. Paul, Virginia, at Virginia City Power Plant.
Oh shit. Damn, you just north of me, Brandon.
Ain't too far.
Let me see. You said Lebanon?
Yeah, Lebanon. I'm on the west side of Virginia.
Lebanon. Leb.
Oh my God, yo. John Jones won tonight.
Yeah, I know. I watched it.
That's fucking awesome. That dude's the GOAT.
Dude, if you have Fire Stick, I could tell you how to fucking get a whole bunch of shit for free. You just need internet and a Fire Stick.
I
You
do.
can get movies for free. You can get fucking TV shows for free. You can get
I'm gonna go dig it
UFC,
out.
football, everything for free.
I'm gonna go dig it out and then I'm gonna call you when I leave.
Lebanon. Okay. Oh
Hell yeah.
shit.
I mean, I know a few websites where I can stream the fights for free, but I'll only do that if I'm desperate. Like if it's a Poirier or I wanted to watch this one, but plans change.
Hey Brandon,
And I'm not about going to B-dubs. Well,
you're about 6 hours and 40 minutes away from where I'm at.
oh, what happened?
Huh?
He dropped off.
Oh shit.
There he is.
What the hell?
Oh, there he is. Rude.
Hey Brandon. Welcome back. I said you're about, if you're in Lebanon, you're about 6 hours and 40 minutes from where I'm at.
Yeah.
I was saying that's nothing for him. That cat will make
No.
that drop.
Because you're up there about like Pennsylvania.
Well, my all my stuff's in Pennsylvania, but I'm over here in Lebanon. It only takes me 6 hours to get to Pennsylvania.
Shit. God damn.
It's like 6 hours and 30 minutes, but I can knock that 30 minutes off.
How long
And
it took you to get down here?
from Pennsylvania
To LA.
to LA, it was like 18 and a half or so hours.
You ever?
How long were we on the phone?
We were on the phone for 16 fucking hours.
God
8
damn.
hours. 8 hours on the on YouTube on the screen,
Yeah.
and then 8 hours on the actual phone.
You ever come down to North Carolina, Brandon?
I actually went to North Carolina a few years ago.
If they got work, he'll go.
Well, yeah, if there's work and they paying worth of shit, I'll go.
And you're a journeyman?
Yeah, I'm a journeyman carpenter.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, shit. I know. Caleb was. I know Caleb at one time was thinking about coming to North Carolina, but it didn't happen.
Then I discovered Texas.
Yeah, I know.
I don't see a point in leaving.
No, I don't blame you.
No, man.
But if
Brandon, getting hiking and stuff. Remember how we were talking about doing the Appalachian Trail? You heard that, Brandon?
Yeah, the Appalachian Trail. There's a whole bunch of people that do that shit. It takes like a week or two to do the actual whole trail.
I would think more. Doesn't it go through states, or are you talking about just a part of it?
No, it goes through states, and you can do it. I think in like fucking. I think it's like 2 weeks or so.
Oh,
well,
And-
if you're ever in North Carolina,
It all depends on how you do it too, because you can either follow the trail, and I think if you actually follow the actual trail, it takes a little longer. But there's stops and places for you to stay and certain points and all that.
stop and fuck off.
Well, they make They have these little fucking shacks and shit they set up periodically, and you can either make your stopping points there, or you can, they got little spots you can stop and camp and all that other shit too on the trail.
Well, if
Can
you
you
ever,
drive it? I'm sorry.
I,
I don't think you can drive it.
I did. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Okay,
Good,
go
man.
ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I asked him.
Okay. Well, Brandon, if you're ever down this way, and can think about it, hook me up.
Oh, I will.
You know,
Definitely.
absolutely.
In person, EQ doesn't have a face either.
Do what? What the hell?
Remember when you were talking about coming down here? I was like, no, I don't want to see you, but you have to wear a mask or something.
Fuck a damn mask.
Dude, he's like, what was his name, Mr. Wilson on what was that fucking show?
Home improvement
Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Always behind the fence.
was on the fence.
I think we said that night we were talking about
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Tommy. He's got a daughter that stays up in Carolina, but he says he hasn't seen her in X amount of years. But yeah, I would like to hook up with some people that I met online.
You need to do a trip.
Yeah, I mean, really. Yeah.
Bruh. So I ever tell y'all that like one of my biggest pet peeves is loose dogs, like people who don't fucking contain their dogs some kind of way.
Uh-huh.
Like I just find it rude and irresponsible towards a dog. Well, last night it's me, Ethan, and he's got his girlfriend on the back of his bike. We're riding back from going eat at a restaurant. There's this dog. There's a few spots where there's always a dog that fucking runs at my bike, but none of them are bad as this one that I'm thinking of right down the road from my house. He darts at my bike directly at me, and if I wouldn't be rolling, who knows? Maybe bite, maybe he'll just bark, whatever. But sometimes he'll come out of nowhere, scare the shit out of me because you just see like this thing darting at the bike. Well, last night we were on our way back, and he does it, darts at my bike, goes in between us, goes right in front of Ethan, and what he did was downshift and like romped on the gas to, I guess, scare it. Well, when I heard that, like, the sound of his exhaust pointing backwards, I thought I heard metal crash. Like, so I looked back because I took the fucking mirrors off my bike because I'm fucking savage. I look back and they're still up and going and following me. Bro, my stomach dropped thinking that dog just fucking made him wreck, with his girlfriend on the back and everything. And my little cousin just got in a wreck with his girlfriend on the back and he got all fucked up from it. Contain your dogs, man. Keep your dogs on a fucking leash. If not for them, for fucking people, I just started that because I saw my neighbor's dog run across the camera on my camera. And what time is it? 2:30. Supposedly this is an inside dog. Drives me crazy. The one time Noche got off the runner, police got called on him because he's a fucking pit bull, always dangerous. The lady runs inside, calls 911. The 911 operator goes, "Well, ma'am, where are your kids now?" She opens up the door, looks outside, Noche's on his back, and they're rubbing his belly. First of all, she left her fucking kids outside to run inside and call the cops. Don't you think you'd protect your fucking kids? Like if he was such a bad dog, he was running over there fast because he wanted to play with the kids. But that was one time he got off of the runner. I never let him off otherwise. Because it's irresponsible. It's rude, is what it is.
Yeah. Come on, buddy.
EQ, why you got quiet? You got a bunch of fucking dogs running around? He must have fell asleep or went for a cigarette.
Oh man, it's crazy.
You ain't got to work tomorrow?
No, but I'm gonna get up and go hiking. So I'm gonna get off here in about 30 minutes probably.
What
I gotta get up, go hiking, and come back here. I gotta cook all my food for the week and shit.
Shit, in about 30 minutes will be like 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, you at? Oh no, where you at too, huh?
Yeah.
Holy shit, Brandon, what you doing up this late?
I'm being a rebel. I've been drinking all afternoon.
I hear you, bro.
By yourself?
Huh?
By yourself?
Oh well, Ryan and Travis is here, but I've been drinking by
Ryan,
myself. Yeah.
Where? Y'all sharing that Airbnb or you said fuck
Yeah.
that?
Well, we got a 3-bedroom Airbnb. It's a 3-bedroom trailer. His little brother Jared's supposed to be coming in town next week, so Ryan like turned the dining room into a bedroom, and he's staying in there. I'm staying in one of the rooms. Travis is staying in one of the rooms, and Jared's gonna stay in the small room.
The only time I ever stayed in an Airbnb was when we went to Cali.
Yeah.
And we all know what that resulted in.
This one ain't too bad. It's like it cost us a little over $6,000 to stay here for almost 3 months. So
what's the math on that?
$2,000 a month, basically.
God damn.
Yeah, but y'all splitting that 4 ways. That's not bad.
We splitting it. The first month we split it 3 ways, so it's like $668 a piece, and then the next 2 months we're gonna be splitting it 4 ways. So we end up, me, Ryan, and Travis end up having to pay $1,600 a piece, basically $1,700 a piece for 3 months, versus spending almost $1,000 a week on a fucking hotel.
Yeah, and your car could pull a small camper, huh?
Yeah, I've been looking at getting a brand new camper. It's called a Wolf Pup, and I can pull up to a 22-foot little camper as long as it don't exceed 450 pounds of tongue weight, and it's over. I think I could tow up to 45.
450 pounds.
A tongue weight.
That don't seem like a lot though.
Well, I can pull up to 4,500 pounds, but I can't exceed the tongue weight. Can't be over 450 pounds.
I guess tongue weight's not that much anyway, huh?
No, tongue weight isn't that much. No,
because they center the wheels.
Mm-hmm.
They take most
all your weight's in the rear. The tongue shouldn't have much weight on it. Period.
Yeah. Well, you don't want it all in the rear though, lifting up on the vehicle.
No, it's all centered, but I'm just saying it's more towards the rear, so it's not on the tongue.
Hell yeah. I didn't even think about that. Guess what I got now?
What?
A fucking gooseneck hookup, 5th wheel, if I need.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm looking at campers too.
Shit, yeah.
I'm gonna be mobile, bro.
I'll be mobile. It's cheap to stay in a lot of campgrounds, though. I was looking at it, and the most you're gonna have to spend is like $700 a month, and that's every fucking thing included.
Out here, they got a bunch of properties that are set up to where you can have like your own 20 acres. It's cheap to pay to like rent, lease the property, and it's already got hookups and sewer and stuff like that run to it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can stand living in a camper, but Caden's old enough, I'm not like taking care of a toddler no more, you know?
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking about it.
That's what I'm looking at because the next job we're supposed to be going to is going to be in Columbus, Ohio,
Wow.
and it's supposed to be a 9 to 12 year fucking project.
What?
Shit.
Yeah, so I want
Bro,
to.
why you
I'm gonna
just
try
buy
to.
a house?
Well, I'm not. No, I'm not buying a house in Ohio. No, no, no,
Oh no.
no, because I want to get a camper and I want to, do the whole fucking camping thing, and then buy a house in probably Tennessee.
Yeah, I like
So
that. That's why me and Ethan are looking at the camper thing and getting a spot so we can save. Like I'm waiting till my credit score gets to where I can to access my VA loan. He's saving to buy a house too. So we figure we'll rough it for a little while and then buy our first houses. And then we got the
well,
campers,
mhm.
just to have.
Well, the camper. If I bought a camper brand new, I think it's not gonna cost me over like 18,000 and some change. So I'm looking at doing that, and I can pay it off on that job and still save enough money to start
Yeah.
buying to buy a house because I need like 20. What you say? I need 18,000 to put down on the loan, so I'm gonna save about 20 to 25,000. That way I got cushion and I can keep the bills paid until I get more money coming in and shit.
See, I'm
So
not even looking at I've been looking at them online. My what I'm looking at spending is maybe 5 to 8 grand.
yeah,
A decent camper, If it needs a little work, I'm sure I can hire somebody to do it.
Ah!
right,
Shit.
right.
Hire
You
Well,
somebody.
know?
the only reason why I'm
That's
considering
funny.
buying a brand new one is because I'm gonna be on this job and I'm not gonna
Yeah,
have time
yeah,
to
you ain't gonna have
come
time.
back.
You be fucking working.
Yeah. Uh huh.
I
So
feel you.
I want something that I know is coming from the factory and it's fucking brand new, and I'm not inheriting somebody else's problem.
Yeah,
So
that's where Ethan is. His budget's way higher. He's looking to
yeah,
buy. Plus, I gotta find. We both have to find toy haulers for the
hmm
bikes.
yeah.
Ain't no way to fucking put a trailer on the back of the
I was
trailer.
thinking of, I was thinking about that too, and that wolf pup one I'm looking at is 22 foot long and it's got a fucking back door on it. Well, I was thinking if I buy a fucking bike, what I'll do is build me a ramp and just run that bitch up into the camper, park it, strap it in the camper, and
Yep,
fucking just roll out like a toy hauler.
you sure could. Yeah, but
So
the toy hauler, the traditional one is a two for me. Like I can keep the bike and all my tools in that little back section.
yeah, yeah. I mean, which is a sweet ass idea, but
But
I
the
mean,
back door, I never thought about that. Look for one with
yeah,
the back door
uh
or something that's lined up shotgun.
yeah.
I don't know if I could get the bike up them stairs or of a traditional one, but something that's low
Well,
like
yeah. I
that.
mean, that's why I was considering like fucking a ramp. Build a fucking ramp
Yeah,
because I
bang.
can lift the fucking tongue of it up high
Yeah,
enough to get it on the incline enough to run that bitch in there.
dude, that's what I got to do to my enclosed trailer. While it's hooked to my truck, jack it up. It picks up the ass into my truck a little bit too, and
Mhm.
just to get that ramp level to where my bike don't catch on the bottom.
Yeah,
And then jack it down, strap the bike, roll out.
yeah. Because I think I'm about to buy a fucking crotch rocket as soon as
Yeah.
I can. Yeah, because I went riding with Mike and I got the fever now like a motherfucker. Ain't nothing like taking a curve at 110 miles an hour.
Damn, dude.
Dude, we got up to 100. What? We were on road. Was it Rosedale? I think it was Rosedale.
No,
Yeah, Rosedale.
going down the bike. Oh, you talking about it recently?
Uh huh. We were going
Oh,
down Rosedale and we were hitting 100. I think it was 175. I was on that motherfucker cruising. I was
on
like, man, I missed this. I fucking missed this like a motherfucker.
on Chad's bike, I took 59, the one that connects I-10 and I-12 right outside of New Orleans. It's elevated bridge, basically interstate. No way a cop could sit on either side. I hit 196, and my helmet was whipping so hard that I
Uh-huh.
had to tuck in tighter and lost sight of the. I'm pretty sure I hit 200. I'm just gonna say I hit 200, bro, because it still had something to go.
Oh man, I could believe it.
That bike was sick, bro.
God darn. Ah,
But that's why I gotta have a cruiser now. Because if it can do it, I will do it.
Mhm.
if it
I
can,
will.
if
What
it
sucked
can,
about
it will be done.
what sucked about it, I was riding Deanna's bike, and Deanna's bike didn't have a good tire on the back of it.
Ooh,
It had a
shit.
more it had a more it didn't have a street bike tire on it.
What
You
do you
know how the
mean?
street bike tire it's got the
Not
cone on
damaged
it?
or old, huh?
No, huh?
No. I
No,
got you.
it was a different type of tire. It wasn't the correct tire that was supposed to be on there. Whoever she bought it from basically was trying to race the motherfucker in a straight. Not
A shitload of contact.
yeah, way more contact than it needed. So, dude, when I hit them curves, I had to watch what the fuck I was doing to make sure what curves we were hitting were actually paved and not all shitty.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you hit a little hole, that bitch will start kicking you out on you.
Yeah, as soon as you turn,
Hmm.
that goes from that much tire touching the ground to that much.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be, but it wouldn't. That bitch was just I don't know, dude. It was weird. It was weird, and it kind of scared me a little bit because I popped that clutch. We were going to Maryland, so we come across one of the bridges to go to Maryland, and I went to take a right, and I popped the fucking clutch and was getting on Mike Jones's ass, and that tire was just spinning like a motherfucker behind me,
Ugh.
and the tail just kept on whipping.
Dude, first time I took Chad's bike out, I was telling him I was going to see Hannah. He's like, won't you take my bike? I was like, what? He's like, yeah, it hadn't been running a while. You know, you take it. He had to know we cut up on that motherfucker, bro. He
Oh, he
had
knew because I told him what I was doing on that bitch, and he was just like, "Man, just please be careful."
I,
But
I turned down the Bayou Road, bro, and it was on the way to Bayou Pigeon.
hmm,
I just started tearing through the gears. Every time I would shift gears, the handlebars would tank slap a little bit. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? By the time I get to fifth
front
gear,
wheel.
I realize the front tire is coming off the ground and touching back down
Uh-huh.
every time I'm shifting gears. I'm at 96 miles an hour. The front tire is coming off.
Oh shit!
Bro,
I'll
Mike
do
John,
300 miles an hour, but I don't want. It's got two wheels on it for a reason. I don't want them wheels off the ground.
hey,
Fuck
so
no.
Mike Jones was like, "Hey, watch when we get here to Maryland, because we fucking running, and look at my license plate when we get to Maryland." So we get to Maryland, and I'm looking at the back of him. The fucking license plate is damn near mashed to his tail from the fucking bike squatting and him getting on that bitch because he's got a Gixxer 1000. I was on
Yeah,
the 750, you know, and that bitch he was like, dude, it squats so much it's ridiculous when I fucking really get into it.
put a harder monotrack on it.
So both bikes were fucking extended out and he don't like it. So he's about to fucking take one of his bike, his 1000, and suck that wheel back in more because he's like, when you're going around the curves and shit, it just don't feel natural at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
So he said it's because the back tire is so far out. He said I'm about to suck this bitch in. That way I can hit the curve at 130 miles an hour and not have to worry about nothing.
Yeah, that back extended. And you know what else is weird? Fucking Caden's little chopper with
Hmm.
that extended rake in the front. I rode that. That was fucking weird too.
Oh yeah,
Odd.
yeah, because you got that rake. You got to fucking turn that bitch and shit.
And you gotta be going, or it wants to. If you stop at
Hmm.
like a red light or whatever, it wants to cock that wheel to the side in a
Hmm.
comfortable position. It's fucking. It's
Hmm.
weird.
And you could dump that bitch doing fucking with it if you're not paying attention.
I could dump mine, not paying attention, but I love it. I fucking love it, bike, bro.
Hey, Caleb,
Yeah.
you remember? Was it a week, maybe 2 weeks ago? I was showing you Roland's um thing about the what was it? Troy built a uh, valve fuel valve.
Yeah. The tiller.
Yeah, yeah. We went up to H&H up here
This is
today.
the motherfucker you need to talk to about that.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
um,
Brandon?
yeah.
What?
w- well, we went up to H&H Auto Parts up here. Well, today's Sunday.
He needed a new petcock for a tiller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it was like Dan come up with he looked at it and it had changed designs, but that motherfucker was like $35.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, if you was
Yeah.
about to say something expensive, I'd have been like, bro, rig that shit up.
Hell
I
yeah!
mean, what kind do you have?
It's a Troy built a horse of 1977, and it was the fuel valve that came out of the fuel tank.
Petcock,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
that's called.
Yeah.
It's
Most
three
of them,
holes?
most of them then use the same fucking one.
Oh no, it was threaded. It's threaded.
Yeah,
And
it's
It's
threaded.
threaded. hmm They used the same shit up until like 19. It was like the 1990s. The same screw in fucking petcock.
You
We
could
had it on four wheelers. We had it on four wheelers and three wheelers, dirt bikes, fucking every motherfucking thing that came out. It had a petcock on it.
And I think it was a
Tillers, fucking everything.
but if he couldn't have found that specific one, you could have rigged that up with brass fittings, huh?
yeah.
Like
I think it
valve.
was like a Briggs and Stratton. Briggs and
Yeah,
Stratton motor.
Briggs and Stratton motor.
Yes, 7.5 horsepower.
That's what
That's
Coleman
solid
uses for their shit now.
Bro,
They
that's
use a lot of Briggs and Stratton motor.
Yeah,
7.5.
7.5.
Solid ass tiller. You take that fucking engine off of there, put it on a go kart, bro.
Oh,
bro.
that thing will haul ass. A 7.5 horsepower. That
Yeah.
thing would haul ass.
Well, with it being Troy, was it rear tine with the transmission?
hmm
A centrifugal clutch, basically, huh?
Yeah.
It didn't have
Yep.
a torque converter on it, huh?
Yep, with the forward and reverse and where the
That's why you had a 7.5 horse on it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got a drivetrain on it.
Yep.
Self-propelled.
Yep. And then it had an option at the time to where you could put a battery with
And
electric start on.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
What is that? That uses a stator. I got to use a stator, then, huh?
Yeah.
To recharge that battery, EQ.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep. So but he'd actually, Roland had actually gotten the piece for it, but he misplaced it about 2 years ago, and so we've been trying to find a replacement, and that's whenever you was looking through your goodie bag,
Mm-hmm.
trying to come up with some kind of something that would
Rig it up, bro.
rig it up. Yeah,
Rig it is my middle name.
exactly. But he went. He wanted to go. Back to Dan up here at H&H to see if he could, come up with something, and he did. But it wasn't exactly the same. But whenever he pulled it up, it was like they changed it like 4 times. The design 4 times. But he said it should work. So, but it cost him like $25, $30.
That ain't bad.
That's crazy for a fucking petcock, though.
That ain't bad. What? Why? They usually expensive or not?
No, they usually cheaper than they used to be cheaper than that.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You ain't using fucking much. It's a little bitty fucking. It's a little piece.
I had to buy a new one for my bike, but it's not a screw in. It's a 3-hole. The middle hole is where your fuel goes through, and the 2 are where your bolts go in to hold it.
Yeah.
And the seal is what I needed mainly. So I just ordered a whole new one because I needed a seal.
I was about to say you could have bought some rubber gasket shit and put that seal back on. You could have cut that out and put a seal
Where were
on.
you when I was doing this, bro?
Where
were you when I was doing this?
I don't know.
Was you? Hey, Brandon,
why you ain't call me? You got my number.
Brandon, was you talking about like the O-ring kit? Like you could cut different sizes and
Yeah, they got at
Well,
O'Reilly.
they make an actual rubber gasket.
Yeah, like a sheet of it.
So-
Yeah,
And
it's a sheet
you
of it.
put what you need down, you trace it, and then you cut it out. Or
So-
you got RVT that you could use.
so
Yeah.
so it wasn't like an O-ring.
Well,
No. What he's
So
talking
mine-
about is an actual gasket.
Oh, okay, all right,
It's
Yeah.
a rubber gasket seal that goes on there.
okay, gotcha. Okay, I was in my mind. I was thinking O-ring.
No, his probably had a flat plate with a nipple on it. The nipple fit in, and it had 2 holes. Yeah, just like that.
Okay.
You can cut out a rubber gasket.
your
for that.
fuel came through there, and
Yeah.
these holes were for bolts, but you needed
Just
a
like,
this shape. You know,
Just like a carburetor. When you replace a carburetor, it's got a gasket. Typically it either has a rubber gasket and then a metal plate, or just a rubber gasket.
Okay,
Oh,
And you can buy that rubber gasket and cut it out.
okay. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about that. Just a O-ring.
You were thinking
No, now some carburetors have a small O-ring in it.
right.
I'm trying to think which ones, because Honda made it to where it was just either a rubber gasket with a metal sleeve,
Right.
and you put what is it, the metal sleeve first, and then the O-ring goes on, or is it? I think it might be backwards. I think the metal sleeve or the O-ring and then the metal sleeve. I can't remember exactly, but that rubber gasket though, you can buy that shit at O'Reilly's or AutoZone or hardware store or something like that.
Gotcha.
You can buy a little sheet of it, and you just, like he said, you trace it out,
That's
cut it
right.
out, and you can slap that bitch on, and it works just as good.
I know a lot of times.
or RVT, bro. That's what I just used for my. There's a sensor, a little fucking what is it where it measures the intake pressure to tell me if my filter is dirty on my new truck.
Oh,
And it's just plugged in right behind the air filter intake, the intake can, and it's got a little meter on it. And when the truck's running, it tells you, how much flow you got. Well, I ripped it out, and the little grommet was ruined. So I just used the RVT, stuck it back in there, let it dry, good to go.
Yeah, because I remember hear about, what was it, 2 weeks ago, Caleb? That I was telling you about it, and you was looking through your collection of
Grass fittings.
miscellaneous items,
mhm.
and you come up with some kind of combination.
Yeah, like a valve. You find something
Yeah.
that'll fit in them threads, and then a valve that'll fit in that piece, and then a piece that'll fit and slide a hose onto it. That's what I
Right.
would.
And I think, if I'm not badly mistaken, don't they make a gauge to measure the thread?
Yeah.
It's a cable line with a bunch of little pieces, different sizes on it. One side's got threads, one side's got the female thread. One of them looks like a bolt head. One of them, the tip of a bolt, and then one of them's got the female head. And you measure it like that. We had it at O'Reilly's. I wanted that thing.
Because I was thinking that they did make some kind of instrument to measure the size thread.
Yeah, but like nowadays, I can fucking eyeball it. I might not know whether it's standard or metric, but I can. If I'm going through my little bolt set trying to match a nut to it, a lot of times I can look at the thread spacing and pick at least first, second, third pick.
Right. Gotcha.
Typically, your tighter thread is going to be your metric. They normally use a tighter thread for metric.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's not always the case, but most of the time, your tighter thread is going to be a metric.
yeah. Because
good.
like,
I don't like buying bolts. I got bolts. Anytime I do a job at a house where somebody's got a old satellite dish on the roof, I'm like, what you gonna do with that satellite dish? Nothing. I'll take it down for free. They think I'm just doing them a favor. Man, I'm fucking stripping that bitch down. I'm taking all of that good hardware out of there. It's all cadmium clad, and I'm keeping
Exactly.
all of them bolts. They going in my bolt collection. And I don't buy bolts.
Yep.
Best way to do it. Anything like that, I'll scrap it, pull them bolts out.
But you know, back in what was it 1977, whenever Roland's Tiller came out, um, I think that was typically maybe I'm wrong, but wasn't that typically SAE?
Hold on, what?
Do you
It was
think?
what?
No, wasn't metric first?
Well,
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
No, here in the United
1977.
States, we used our own shit before we
Yeah,
started getting into metric.
fuck the rest of
Every
the whole
yeah,
rest of the world.
everything was standard for
Because
the most part.
Brandon. Now it's like a mix.
Hmm.
A lot of times if you come across something, it's like SAE versus metric. It's it's,
Yeah.
it's a mix.
You know what
Yeah.
Carp told me?
I got to thinking. 1977, his model. I'm thinking it probably
Be
was
standard.
SA.
Yeah,
Standard.
be standard.
Hmm.
Carp told me start learning metric. And he didn't explain why. It sounded all ominous. Like like we're gonna be forced to fucking go that way pretty
Well, yeah,
soon.
because the Chinese got motherfucking bases here and shit.
Oh
They
shit!
already own the Grand Canyon, bro.
Don't get me started on that bullshit.
Oh man, we already started on that at
Yeah,
fucking the last
we
time we was on this
we we
motherfucker for 8 hours.
we be on here
Uh,
till like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's getting late, bro. It's
God
about to fall
damn.
asleep on us, bro. It's probably what is it? 4 o'clock? Where y'all at?
yeah, it's 4 o'clock.
It is 3:56.
3:56.
All
Yeah.
right, man. We'll go ahead and shut it down. Y'all need sleep. We know y'all know. I got to sleep in the day and ride the bike and chill out. I
Well,
bought
damn.
crawfish.
Well, Caleb, I appreciate you, doing the stream and everything. And Brandon, I appreciate you coming up, brother.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
Hell
It's
yeah.
always good to talk to each and one of you.
Hell yeah, man.
I
Hell
love
yeah.
it. I love it.
Even the pussy hung out with us all night.
Look at it, yeah.
Exactly.
Dude,
Hey, we got Caleb's got the cat house.
I got the most.
Cat house.
Hell yeah.
All right, y'all.
But thank you, Caleb, brother. And
All right.
I'll try to get up with you soon. And Brandon, take care, brother. It's always
All right,
good.
my brother.
It's always good to see you, bro.
I'll try to catch y'all again. I'll try to catch y'all again next weekend.
All right.
I think I'm going on a 6-10 schedule. I don't know yet. We're gonna find out this
Nah.
week.
Bring us with
So
you. Bring us with you.
I
I'll let you
fucking
know
wish,
next
bro.
time I stream.
That's right. All right,
All right.
bro. Well, y'all
All right.
take care.
Later.
Caleb, be good, brother. Brandon, be good. It's good to see you.
Peace.